For more on what is at stake and who the candidates are and who indeed might win, I'm joined by our International Affairs Editor, Philip Turle. Philip, 2 days to go before the election. How's it looking?
Well, the one thing that is certain, Annette, is that it's pretty uncertain who's going to win this poll. And if you look at the opinion polls ahead of the voting on Sunday, you'll see that the gap between the centre-left, the SPD, is closing. They're on 25%. The CDU-CSU, that's Angela Merkel's coalition. The Conservatives are on 21%. And the Greens on 14%. That's according to YouGov. Now, those polls may change a little bit over the next 48 hours, but that's basically what it looks like. So pretty much neck and neck between the two top parties there. And then further down, you have the AfD, the far-right party, which has lost support after doing incredibly well last time round. They're on 12%. The FDP, the Liberals, on 11%, and the Linke Party, that's the far left, they're on 7%. But as we've been hearing, 40% of Germans have not so far made up their mind who they're going to vote for. And another thing which is almost certain is that there's going to be a coalition government. And last time round, it took 4 months to get a coalition government together after a lot of horse trading between the different parties. So if that is the case this time round, Angela Merkel may no longer be Chancellor from Sunday, but she might be a stand-in Chancellor until that new coalition is announced.
Now, who are the different candidates, and has anyone particularly stood out during this election campaign?
Well, there's one person who is standing out, and he's Olaf Scholz. He's the current German Finance Minister. He's pledged to increase the minimum wage. He's carved out this image of himself as a man of state, someone who can be depended on, someone who's calm and collective, a bit like Angela Merkel, really, even though he's not from her party. Then there's Armin Laschet. He's 60 years old. He is the candidate put forward by Angela Merkel, but he has lost support, principally because recently there was a declaration by the German president in a town where there were many flood victims, and he was seen in the background laughing. People thought that was not very good, and he's lost a lot of support as a result of that. Then there is the Green Party candidate, Annalena Baerbock. She's 40. She's a former trampoline expert athlete who's hoping to jump away to the top of the queue, I think, in this. But she probably won't win, but she wants to be the first Green Party ecologist chancellor and wants a more hardline stance on both China and Russia if she is elected. And one other person who wants to be the kingpin is Christian Lindner, who is from the FDP, the Liberals. He is hoping to be the matchmaker, the person who will be able to maybe be responsible for drawing up that coalition when it comes about after the horse trading takes place, after this election comes over. And of course, there are all the main issues that are being discussed also, Annette, in this election. Principally one of them, which is worth drawing a light on over Europe, over climate change, over the coronavirus, is the state of the German infrastructure. If you look at German roads, German bridges, the way trains run, schools, they all desperately need an injection of money. And there are some interesting figures for you. Only 16% of German homes have high-speed internet connections, compared to 72% here in France. And if you want to go on the internet in Germany, it's 35% slower than it is in this country. And 33 billion euros of repair work is estimated to be needed for roads and bridges, with 4,800 bridges in a state of collapse. That's 1 in 10 of bridges in Germany. So all of that needs to be taken on board, and I think it's one of the key issues in this election campaign.
Yeah, indeed. Fascinating figures, especially there about internet usage. Thank you so much, Philip.